Not like a fish poison, it's more or less the grinding of these roots here on this tree. You can smash that up and it gets all milky white. And then you add a bit of sand and go out to the rock pools or the reefs where there's a lot of water sitting around it when it tides out. And if it can be about, at least half a meter deep. And you get the crushed roots with the sand, and the sand will weigh it down, hold it down, and then you wait, about maybe 10 seconds, maybe 5, and water covers up. You give it a good stirring around, and the fish come up then, floating upside down. And they call this, in our language, banjura.
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 Are the fish dead or they're just stunned?
It's like a stun. Yeah, it just coats the gills and stops the oxygen from getting to them in the gills for the water.
So it's easy fishing.
Very easy, very common sense approach without even a minimal amount of effort. And no fishing line. And you can catch fish maybe, good size, at least about 12 inches long.
Just with one of these roots?
With some, yeah. And you catch a good feed. Feed yourself, feed your family. And the various water holes, various fish traps around the place, you could use this.
Wow.
Along the coast there were a lot of fish traps and a lot of water, rock pools as they say. And fish like that size are good to eat and you can survive with that. You got to remember these people in the beginning never had big appetites. They were like graze and they would eat throughout the country, picking their way through the bush, having a feed. So they didn't have big appetites like we have today.
Right.
And they're very small, sort of slim built people. Had large legs but small torso, so they wouldn't have to eat so much.
So that was a healthier way of life?
Very healthy. Everything was provided by nature, and with minimum amount of effort you wouldn't have to cultivate this, harvest it. It was there provided naturally. And again, some of these trees would grow, native trees grow by fire or smoke. So that's when they stopped being nomadic. They lit these fires because they knew how to, turn the country into, harvest it and cultivate it by lighting fires. As they leave one spot, they come back. 6 months later, you can see the new shoots because of the fire and the smoke.
So the fires were necessary to make certain plants grow?
Yes, and most of the native trees will have that, needs that. That's why you see the thickness throughout this country, the scrubbiness is by fire. Before that, it used to be like a semi-arid desert. This is part of the Great Sandy Desert, this area, and very huge volcanoes.
But it's so green. It's not like a desert at all.
Yeah, exactly.